Attention all units, this is Sector 4077. Get ready for Battlefield Bad Company.
His real name.
What's up, boys and girls? This is Sector 4077, and welcome to another episode of Blast from the Past. This week, we are playing as Preston Marlowe, and we have been thrown into a company of rejects. That's right, a bad company. And if you haven't figured it out from the title, it's Battlefield Bad Company that we're playing. Now, EA Games, in my own opinion, pretty much launched the multiplayer experience with its 2002 release of Battlefield 1942, and of course later on the Macintosh in 2004. There were a handful of expansions for the Battlefield 1942 series, and then by, what was it, it was 2009, Battlefield 1943 was released for the Xbox 360 arcade, and as well, one day later, on the PlayStation Network. Then, finally, in 2008, Battlefield Bad Company comes out. Now, you are not alone in this excursion because you are part of a bad company, and you have three other misfits that you have to work with. And I say have to work with because, well, it wasn't your choice to be thrown into this. And it wasn't anybody's choice except for one person. That first person being Sergeant Samuel D. Redford, who is known as Sarge, and he is a squad leader, and he actually went to the bad company by choice. You also have Private Terrence Sweetwater, who is the technical and communications specialist. And we also have Haggard, who is the explosive expert. Now, Battlefield Bad Company and Battlefield Bad Company 2, you get to play with these misfits throughout the whole game, except for one certain chapter in this particular game where you get separated from them and you have to go and rescue them. But for both Battlefield Bad Company games, you are with these guys at all times. In Battlefield 3, they got rid of that concept and they went with more real-world experience because then more modern warfare type thing, okay? Not saying that this is set in World War II or anything like that. It is set in modern warfare, but nothing comparative to what the Battlefield 3 and the Call of Duty series has brought to us, okay? Well, now, like I said before, you do play as Preston Marlowe, and he's an all-around type of guy. He's not a specialist in anything, so that means any kind of weapons that you pick up, you can go ahead and use, and there are a lot of collectible weapons in this game. There are some that are rare, and there are some that you can just pick off of any dead enemy, okay? But I urge you to find those weapons, and a lot of them, they'll actually show on the map as white X's, so you can just go ahead and pick those right up or look on your map and navigate towards them. There are also, as another collectible, are gold bars. So you want to look for those too. Those are also going to be an X on your map. Those will disappear once you pick those up, so that's nice, okay? The weapons won't because you have the opportunity to swap it out. So your old weapon is going to sit there as an X, so if you go to replay any chapters, it's still going to be there on your map. So you just have to kind of like remember, or maybe make a note of where you've already been and picked up these certain weapons, okay? They do give a list of them in the pause menu and everything, so it can show which ones you haven't found yet and which ones you already picked up. There are tons of vehicles to drive in this game, such as Jeeps, light armor, helicopters, tanks, you name it. If you can drive it, even golf carts. If you can drive it, or, well, yeah, if you can find it and it's a vehicle, you can drive it. There's actually a trophy you can pick up called Ben There Drove That once you drove each and every kind of vehicle. Let's see, what else? Well, aside from collectibles and everything like that, and tons of vehicles to drive and tanks to explode everything in your path, a lot of the environment is destructible. That's another trophy you can get. If you knock down a whole bunch of trees, that will be another trophy. I forget what it's called, but I know it's something like if you knock down a small forest, okay? Also, if you blow up a certain amount of houses and everything like that, you can get the trophy called Home Wrecker. Now, I really like this game because there's a lot of comedy in it. And say if there's even just a cutscene and you're just kind of standing around and you're watching while the Sarge is taking a call from headquarters on what to do. If you look in the background, you can see Sweetwater and Haggard messing around in the background and everything like that. And it's an all-out good time. And then actually, of course, there is a multiplayer for this game if you do want to check it out. And I know that there are still people playing this game, even though this came out in 2008. Excuse me. There are people that I'm sure you can find an online match somewhere, okay? Now, I don't know if I don't understand. Well, I think I know why that they didn't continue with the storyline, because they wanted to kind of go towards the way of Call of Duty, because they didn't want to get left in the dust, and they didn't want to keep their storyline. I don't know if people got bored with it or whatever, but I thought these guys are hilarious, and it's a fun game to play, and you can just pick it right up and just play whatever chapter you want, especially if you advance through it, obviously, through the storyline, and you'll unlock the chapters as you go along. But, I do recommend this game just because, well, you know what? It's a fun game, okay? It's not real difficult, and there are 3 stages that you can actually set, you can put it on easy or medium or, difficult, okay? But all in all, it's a fun game, and I like the humorous banter that you get to hear throughout the game. And Battlefield Bad Company 2 is the same way. That's why I kind of wish they would have kept those same misfit characters in with you for Battlefield 3, but they didn't. It's not saying that Battlefield 3 is not a good game. It's a great game, but I really enjoyed the comedy aspect and the storyline aspect of it. I just enjoyed the storyline better in this particular game. So definitely pick it up, and it's worth having in your collection, because you can pick it up at any time and have yourself a laugh, okay? But we are coming to the end of this video. We will be back next week with another issue or episode of Blast from the Past. So until then, this is Sector4077 saying take care, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, and cheers as well. Bye-bye.